bring a friend, she say I'm on my Moses. Middle finger poses, go to some roses. A pinky and a thumb, we still talking.
Yeah. I say, young Rasta, hair like Costa.
Alright, enough of the bull crap. Enough of me dancing around like I'm always doing, acting stupid for y'all. But like as I say, sometimes music have you acting like that. So we gonna hop right in. This week, you know, Wale came out, and I'ma just put it out there. I'm not gonna give y'all no lame behind review before I even listen to the album. As I'm looking at some of these reviewers, that's what they doing. They getting the album, they not listening to it. I'm at least listening to it, and I'm trying to give y'all an honest review so you don't waste your money. Because I'm gonna tell you, I bought Wale's album because I like to respect people, and you know, I want these sound scans. So if you corny or not corny, but if people are little, you got a little following and you only got a couple of sound scans, and I told you that I listened to you, I'm sure that one of those sound scans is from me, because I like to respect the people's art. But in any case, I'm not going to just come to y'all with no lame review after I just skimmed through the album. Well, I'm going to contradict myself. And how possible? Because that Ludacris album, let me tell you something. I skimmed through that nonsense because I just can't do it, man. He after 5 years of waiting from Battle of the Sexes to this Ludiversal, same album that he made 5 years ago, the same album that he made before that, 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 and the same album that he made before that, and the same album that he made before that, and the same album that he made before that, and what before that? And he made the same album before that one too. So that's my review, if that's how you want to take it. But in any case, before we get to the Wale, okay, a nice pickup I did grab was my man Chewy from out of Sacktown. Nice MC, very slept on MC, very slept on part of the continent for hip hop. And not a lot of MCs is coming out of Sacramento. And he's one, and he's actually pretty good. I can tell you, I was a little turned off when I first seen him because of the name Chewy. I just didn't, I couldn't grasp what he was trying to do. What is he trying to say? Chuuwee. I mean, Chewy, whatever. But he's been out for a while. It took me a minute. I gave him a listen. I done listened to like these last maybe 3 albums, and I can tell you, this new album, the South Sac Mac, is actually really, really good. Starts off, of course, with an intro. A lot of people are doing those now. But Metal View Morning is what it leads into after that. And it's just basically what he sees in his city, in Sacramento, in his part of town, the differences, the positives and the negatives and the crime and, just what goes on in Sacramento, which I definitely need to know because I ain't never been there. And it's a little part of California that, is not really put on the map. So hopefully my man can put this on the map, okay? Another nice track leading right into to the powder end, where, it's a little street talk, but it's still a little knowledgeable. He does say, he talks a little bit of street, but he has a conscience like Common. So, he can do both sides if you want to look at it like that. Limelights, I enjoy that too. Real smooth track. Talking about cruising down the highway with the lights hitting you. The beat is real smooth, kind of reminiscent of like a Currency type of beat. If you enjoy those type of beats, but a real standout track for me is what I really, really enjoy. Is a track called Riverside Ransom, and it kind of starts off with a phone call that he gets. He gets this threatening call from this dude. So I'm like, yeah, you was with my broad, and I'm gonna come get you. And the song is just basically, the setup from the boy trying to get him and how he's getting out of the setup. So it's a real hype track, and the beat is crazy on that track. So make sure you grab that Southside Mac by the boy Chew. Okay, so in 1998, it was just excellent. It was excellent. You had 1998, 1999, Juvenile. Okay, he was out before that, but I'm talking about when they blew up. The Hot Boys, Juvenile came out. He was ridiculous. Probably one of the first down south people that people up here in New York and Philly was really starting to listen to. And I used to try to tell people about him all the time. I used to try to tell people about Juvie. I used to try to tell people about the Hot Boys and how hot they were. But in any case, he had an album, I think, 13 Mardi Gras came out. Now, this is Mardi Gras 2, okay? Now, this is really reminiscent of the G Code, okay? I must say, Juvenile, he's mature as an MC. What he's saying is he's actually trying to help. As far as lyrics, he's not talking about killing people and all of that, but he got a real. The album is really versatile. So we'll hop right into it. The track, one of the tracks, Suspended, featuring Skip. If you don't know about Skip and Wacko, they all had an album together a few years ago. But Skip, he talks so slick, okay, and I can see why Juvie has been banging with him for so long, and I don't know how they're gonna do with the Rich Gang, because if you've seen the video, Juvie is now down with the Rich Gang. So I'm hoping that all of that, works his way in or out or whatever. But in any case, I wish Juvie much success. But this album, it still has that Magnolia feel, that Magnolia sound. Juvie never loses his flow. He's so consistent if you've been following him. But yeah, it goes into another track that I enjoy called Flag on the Play. Where he's talking to women about trying to play him and throwing dirt on his name. You know what I mean? So, Juvenile, he always got something to say. And his bars have never diminished. So if you're thinking that, if you're not listening to Juvenile because you think that he's old, you're sadly mistaken, and you're missing out on this good album, Mardi Gras 2. Another one of the tracks that I enjoy is a track called All I Know. And it's just one of the realest songs in regards to what goes on in the neighborhood, what happened in your past, love from your neighbors, from dope dealing to having barbecues and things like that. So it's a really good track as far as if you're from the inner city, and sometimes that is all that what goes on in the hood or whatever. But Juvenile really lays it all out for people to know about. And another track that is going to get so overlooked is a track called Winner. Now Juvenile had the relationship with Soulja Slim. Soulja Slim passed away. Now, this is Soulja Slim's younger son, if I'm not mistaken, that is featured on this album with Young Juvie, which I am assuming is Juvenile's son. Now, I tried to do some research. I couldn't find it anywhere, but if y'all could let me know in the comments below that if that is true, it's monumental for Magnolia and for hip hop in general, okay, to have their sons on a collabo song together. So that's hot. Another album that I picked up that a lot of people did some reviews on is Earl Sweatshirt's I Don't Like Nothing, I Don't Go Outside. Now, you may wonder why I am not doing a full review on this, okay? Well, first off, it's a very short album, and a couple of the songs are like a minute and a half, minute and 40 seconds. So really, it's like 8 songs with an interlude. And Earl Sweatshirt, being a part of Odd Future, in which we know, they have a lot of dark lyrics. They talk some crazy crap sometimes. But he is a really good MC. in that group. No disrespect to Tyler, and Domo is he's excellent too. But Earl Sweatshirt, this album, it's really, really dark, and I can just say that hip hop right now, I don't know what's going on, maybe because of the stuff that's been happening with black people or whatever, I don't know, but I mean, it's just so dark and sad. Why are we so sad? I don't understand the sadness. You travel, you work so hard to travel, and I know things happen, and I know Earl Sweatshirt, he lost a family member. You can hear it. He does all the production on this album, except like for one song. And you can just hear the sadness. And you've seen, the video for Grief, I'm sure. But you could just tell how the rumors and how stardom can get to you. As you get a little bit more fame, you could just hear inside of these MCs, inside of their lyrics. He even says that he's living his lyrics. So you can just hear it. If that's true, you're sad, man. And all these guys are sad. Even going to Kendrick Lamar and even as we'll discuss in the Wale coming up, these dudes are not in a happy place. I won't say that I dislike this album because I do like it. Mantra, once again, you can just tell that's a track, Mantra. You can just tell that the game has changed. His attitude towards people, he's constantly, talking about how people changed on him, and once again, the production is just really dark. It's nothing that I'm going to play over and over and over again. I'm not going to give this album a rating. It's a good album, but that's if you're in a dark place in your mind. Inside, that's one of the short songs that I really enjoy. And you can just tell in that song that he just misses being home. If you really dissect the lyrics, and it just talks about the problems that come with that fame that you now have, that you work so hard to get. But hip hop is just in a sad state right now. I gotta say this, which leads me right into this Wale album. The album about nothing. And I will say that this is a solid album. It's a solid piece of work. But once again, you can still feel the hatred that entertainers receive once they start to get famous. We'll go right into Helium Balloon, which I really, really enjoy. You got to listen to the Seinfeld interlude so you can understand what some of these songs really, really mean. But he explains how he's a writer with passion, even though he gets signed, and we all know once these dudes get signed, it's over. You make a studio album, it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. So he has stayed true. And he says a lot of what he say on one of the verses that people think that he's changed and we trying to tell him what's for him, but he I'll buy 3 mirrors and show you guys what's for me. So basically, he's saying that he's never changed. The track White Shoes, another interlude by Seinfeld you can't miss. Just relating sneakers or fashion to the dope game is in there. Basically having the same outcome, and also the guilt that comes with retail therapy and contributing to black on black, us killing each other over sneakers, just nonsense, within the dope game too. Hopeless is another track that I really, really enjoy. As far as the message, rioting without a purpose, same thing like Kendrick is talking about, just black people. We always want to, it stand for something, but you know, as far as us as a people, we destroying each other. So that's another track I like. I like Middle Fingers. I will, he's talking about how people in the industry, they just be fronting on him. Like I said, it's you could just tell. Once you get famous, people start treating you different. I will say in Middle Fingers, I just don't like the chorus within that song. God Smile is another track that I enjoy. Asking, I guess, God to shine his light on him. Saying that the game has no sympathy. The rap game or the industry or entertainment, whatever, the same thing, same deal. Girls on Drugs. I like how they mixed in the Janet Jackson, go deep on there. In the inner dealings with women, that's using illegal substances for them to be able to get by. And I really like the Glass Egg also. The Glass Egg, if you go back to Nike boots, and you could see that Wale basically did stay the same throughout. You could say he makes tracks for chicks or whatever, and I was even saying that, like, what's up with this boy? Like, he getting all lovey, but I guess that's what you gotta do once you get signed, you know what I mean? But after he got his deal, I could say that he hasn't really changed that much. He's still making dope music, but once again, I probably won't have this in heavy rotation. It starts out kind of good, kind of veers off toward the end. A lot of these albums is starting off are really, I guess, I won't say hatred charged, but they're just not fun right now. Besides Action Bronson, like, all these boys is coming out with, they trying to do this to us and they did this to us. Like, let's get back to some fun hip hop, please, man. All right, let's go. On a rating, I will rate Wale's album. I will give it a solid 3. Don't expect more, because it's just, it gets kind of boring after a while, if you ask me. Not that his bars aren't there, but same types of flows. So yeah, that's my rating. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, leave your antics below. Okay? Let me know about your homie. Is he good? I asked you that before. Who do you want me to rate? Who you want me to do? Give me something. Peace.